Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. And another heavyweight news mashup video today, starting with Deontay Wilder, who hopes to resume training in May. So Wilder, the former WBC champion who was dethroned on February the 22nd by Tyson Fury, injured his left bicep in that fight. He's currently rehabbing the injury after surgery.
I can't work out right now. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know, once I get healed with my arm, I'm looking forward to just working out, being able to do the things that I love to do. I gave a date sometime at the end of May, sometime at the middle to end of May, that I'll be able to get back to working out, sparring, different things of that nature.
Meanwhile, a unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua says that Wilder was exposed to an extent in that fight with Fury. He says, "I just felt like Deontay Wilder is a formidable ex-champion and has a chance to come back, but I knew that when he gets to the top level, it will be difficult because it's one thing getting there and it's another thing staying there. We've seen in some of his fights it's been difficult for him and that he lands his punch and he's been victorious, but I always believe that when you go to war, you can't just have one weapon in your arsenal," which was his right hand. Once that's taken away from him, which Tyson Fury did, I'm not going to go into tactics, but he was able to annihilate Deontay Wilder and expose him for some of his weaknesses. Tyson Fury did a great job tactically, and I'm looking forward to seeing their rematch. That's Joshua talking to Sky Sports. And someone who hopes that Deontay Wilder doesn't take the third fight is Eddie Hearn, who's been saying for weeks now he hopes that Wilder will step aside. But now he's saying it would be embarrassing if Wilder steps aside. And officially, Wilder has taken the third fight. Contractually, he has triggered the clause in the contract, so there will be a third fight at some point. So he's told IFL TV it would be embarrassing for Wilder, but I would love for him to step aside. If you believe in yourself and you back yourself, you should never step aside. If you take step-aside money, you're showing terrific weakness because you're giving someone an opportunity to take what you should feel is yours without getting an opportunity to win it back. I spoke to Joshua the other night and said, imagine if they give you a few quid to step aside, how do you think that conversation would have gone? Something like F right off. And Joshua said, there's not the amount of money in the world that you could have given me not to take that fight. If you're stepping aside, you're saying, I can't win. Yet Eddie Hearn has been very vocal, as I mentioned, that he wants Wilder to step aside. But Wilder, he has said to the PBC podcast, he won't be stepping aside for anyone.
I am who I am. I'm Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, you know, and nothing's going to change about that. Why wouldn't I not want it, you know? Like I said, at this moment in time, you know, we're just sitting back. There's going to be a time and place where I'm ready to come out. It's going to be a time and place where I say what I need to say, you know. But looking at the fight, he know that wasn't me. I know that wasn't me, and the people in the boxing, everyone know that wasn't the real Deontay Wilder. Something was wrong with him, and you know, and we'll show. Like I said, it's a time and place for it all, and I'll reveal a lot of things, you know. But I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to get the people what they want to see.
The WBC interim champion Dillian Whyte has laid into two heavyweight contenders, one being Dominic Breazeale, the other his former opponent Joseph Parker. So of Breazeale, he says, these guys are time wasters. Clearly he's bored at home and trying to shake off his last knockout and thinking, how can I get another big payday? The guy is a chump. How can he have 2 world title fights? He didn't even deserve one of them. That's the reason he gets 2 world title fights, because he's easy work, easy money. He hasn't had a single fight since his embarrassing first round knockout loss to that fraud Wilder, a man who humiliated him both inside and outside of the ring. Shameful, pathetic excuse for a heavyweight boxer who should make a comeback and beat a few credible fighters before calling me out. And of Joseph Parker, he stated, instead of prancing around his kitchen, He should fight someone credible like Derek Chisora or Oscar Rivas. I tried to fight Joseph Parker before we even fought, when he was champion. He didn't want to fight me, but he knows that fighting me now, he'll get a big payday. I fight Joseph Parker again, I will knock him out. I went into the fight with a broken hand and a broken rib, and I still destroyed him. I didn't outbox him, I beat him and dominated him. Imagine if I go in when I'm 100% no injury, what's going to happen? That left hand was broken. It was the hand that I knocked him down with. Joseph Parker has had a lot of opportunities, and he's wasted them. Simple as that. Robert Helenius does not think that Adam Kownacki would want a rematch with him if that was on the table. So he's told Boxing Scene, I don't know why he would want to fight me again after what I did to him. He may say that he wants to fight me again, but deep inside, I didn't think so. It's a new experience for him. He's never lost. I've been there on the losing side as well, so I know it's a hard feeling to come out of and continue doing what you do. He has a style that I'm very familiar with. I've been boxing guys like that my whole life, so I felt at home, like a fighter that pushes me. I think he felt it from round one because I hit him really hard in the stomach. I could feel his ribs through the gloves, and I knew nobody could take that kind of punishment. And every time he was coming forward, I wasn't in any distress. For me, I didn't feel that he punched very hard. Like I was saying before the fight, I didn't feel he has a really, really heavy punch. Of course, any heavyweight can knock anybody out, but he's a volume puncher and he's an aggressive guy who comes forward. And actually, if we all things being equal, Robert Helenius, he did look in a little bit of bother early in that fight in a couple of points. So him sort of saying that he didn't feel any of the weight of Kownacki's punches, I'm not buying that. But it was a good performance by Helenius and he deserved the knockout win. Kownacki leading with his face, that was always going to be a style that was never going to work in the long term. It was just a guy like Helenius, he wasn't expected to beat him, caught up with him before someone in the top 10 did. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.